What's going on, guys? I'm with the Moose, and of course today is Saturday, so we have new legends in the game. Now there are some new packs and bundles in the game that are very interesting and definitely controversial. I am not a big fan of them, but let's take a look inside, and of course let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to think about this. It's of course the LT weekend, so we have Lawrence Taylor and Ladainian Tomlinson in the game now, which is cool on itself, but look at these bundles here. So of course legendary packs in the game, that is for sure. That always happens on Saturdays. So first up, this 3 legendary pack bundle guarantees you the base legend Lawrence Taylor 94 overall with jump the snap and pass rusher chemistry for 10,000 points. And if you guys don't know, 10,000 points roughly works out to be about $100, maybe like 90-ish if you really want to do the math and stuff. But in general, you're going to buy this point bundle and it costs about $100 or $90 if you're on EA Access. But either way, it is a very expensive bundle, and it's just very expensive. I don't know what else to say about it. So of course that is basically what you get. You get 3 legendary packs along with the 94 overall Lawrence Taylor set hero. So you're essentially paying $100 for a Lawrence Taylor, and of course you get the 3 legendary packs on top. Even if you want to value those at like $5 a piece or whatever they actually sell for, you're spending about 70 to 80 bucks on this Lawrence Taylor, which is kind of insane. And I am not a big fan of it because, to me, packs are about opening, opening packs is all about, the chance at getting something good, or, the fun of opening up and seeing what you get. Kind of like, the Christmas Day type thing where you open your presents, you never know what you're going to get. Stuff like that. I find that to be the most appealing aspect of packs, and this way, you're basically guaranteed a Lawrence Taylor, or if for this one, which releases later on, you're guaranteed a Ladainian Tomlinson. Like, to me, that is really not the point of packs. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Are you guys a fan of this? Maybe you really like it because, of course, it does take out the, the uncertainty of it. You're guaranteed a Lawrence Taylor, you're guaranteed a Ladainian Tomlinson if you open this one later on today. So maybe you like that, maybe you don't. I am not a big fan of it, though, since I think legendary, not even legendary packs, but just packs in general should be all about, the fun of opening and seeing what you get. So this 3 legendary pack bundle gives you 3 additional legend items as the topper. Not too great, but it's there if you want to go for it. We're going to open some packs, but first let's take a look at the actual players themselves and see what they're doing. Now, one thing to note is these players, I'm guessing, are going to be fairly cheap. We'll see, though. I haven't checked yet, and we're going to have to take a look, but just hit flashbacks by accident. That was a mistake. So let's go to legends here, and then we'll just see what they're going for, because, I mean, you're guaranteed them in a bundle. It's pretty insane. So, like, at least to me, you should be able to pick up these guys for relatively cheap. Maybe not like 100K or anything like that, but probably like under 500 or something like that, maybe even lower than that. So let's take a look real fast. Also, something to be aware of, these cards are going to be a lot less expensive, I think, because their set reward hero is essentially given to players that open that bundle. So LT will actually be more expensive right now because his bundle is not in the game yet. Or I should say Ladainian Tomlinson. Of course, they're both LT. But this is the Ladainian Tomlinson limited time edition, 94 overall, Energizer chemistry, also ankle breaker ×2. Not a huge fan of that. Kind of want to see what it does because I've never actually used it. +1 elusiveness, +1 spin, +1 juke. To me, that's not that useful. I don't really use those abilities too much. I pretty much just truck and stiff arm and stuff. So, I mean, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Let me know what you guys think if you guys use that. So 5'10", 92 speed, 94 excel, 94 elusiveness, 91 carry. Very good running back. Only thing that he's bad at is trucking at 76. Let's take a look, compare him to David Johnson, who just came out a few days back, and looks like LT competes very, very well. Really a lot better in elusiveness, a little bit better carry, a little bit better excel, and a little bit better agility. David Johnson, of course, beats him in trucking, so I'd say Johnson is probably the better all-around running back, but LT is certainly the better speed back with that better excel and agility. So something to be aware of, and also the better elusiveness, that's huge as well. So that's a cool card, and it'll definitely be a lot cheaper when that bundle drops, so something to be aware of. Now let's take a look real fast at Lawrence Taylor and see what he's going for, because of course his bundle is actually in the game right now, and I'm very curious to see how much he's going for. So the gold cards are around 20,000 to 50,000. Actually, this elite is 90. That's pretty insane. And this one's 185. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are kind of staying away from this bundle. Actually, wow, he's already under 500K. That's crazy. So you're pretty much spending, if you think about it, you're spending about $100 to get a 500K card, and even less actually, 441 or 450. So something to be aware of. If you think, that's worth it, be my guest, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Let's take a look real fast at his limited time card, 94 overall with jump the snap and pass rusher ×2. Cool. pretty nice. I use pass rusher on my team, but jump to snap, not a huge fan of that chemistry, but hey, I guess it's there if you want it. 6'3", 88 speed, that's sick off the edge. Of course, you're going to want to use him, you know, on the line. You don't really want to use him in coverage, but 90 excel, 91 block shed, 94 pursuit, 95 hit power. Gotta love that. I'm very curious to see what his zone is. Catching is 56, that's pretty bad. Let's see what his zone is at, if I can find it here. That's definitely an important stat for a linebacker if he can have some decent zone. Not really, 64 zone coverage. So yeah, if you pick up this card, you're definitely going to be want to rock a, you know, a 3-4, so he's on the edge. That is something to be aware of, and definitely something you should try to do. Let's compare him real fast to Jadeveon Clowney, see how he compares. Better in a ton of stats. Actually, Clowney's only better in block shed. Everything else, LT either ties him or beats him, and so that's a very impressive card. Very cool, and I'm liking that a lot. And also gives you that pass rusher chemistry, which is pretty nice. Not a chemistry that a lot of linebackers have, so something to be aware of if you're trying to build your team up through chemistry. So those are the new players. Pretty cool, I guess. You know, like I said, I really like the players that came out today. I'm just not a huge fan of the bundles that came out today. Let's take a look, see if there's new legend challenges. Yes, there are 2 new legend challenges. Always get these done. Very worthwhile. 50 contracts for the first one, and then a legend item topper as your second solo. Definitely worth doing, and no reason not to scoop that up. So we have a couple packs open from what do you call it, the gauntlet. I still have to get through the rest of the gauntlet. I've been kind of busy, got finals coming up and stuff like that, but we're gonna get through these 3 right here, open them up, just save them up for Legend Sunday, or Saturday. I almost said Sunday. Legend Saturday, pretty nice. And I think we'll open a few extra pro packs after these 3 and just see what we get. You know, you never know. Got a Ryan Clady in this one, so nothing too much there. Still looking for our first limited time pull, limited edition pull, whatever you want to call it. Have yet to get one all year. And I've opened a ton of packs, but really have been kind of dry for me. Got a Nate Chandler and a Torrey Smith. So we got a legend pack here. Can we clutch something good out of this? Probably our only legend pack of the day. We'll see what we can snag out of this one. Got a Doug Free again. Don't need you, bud. Worst offensive lineman on the Cowboys. Pretty much by far. Elite right here. What is it going to be? It's a Jack Youngblood collectible. Not too bad, but don't really care too much about collectibles. Everybody knows that. Russell Okung right there. Brandon Scherf, do we have any more elites or golds or anything like that? Got a trade block collectible and a Ron Parker. So I guess these legend packs are basically the way the old legend packs were set up, where it was just 1 legend item instead of like 1 player and 2 collectibles or whatever it is now. So that kind of sucks, but hey, I guess what are you going to do about it? I can't really complain too much. It was a free legend pack just from opening up or playing the gauntlet a little bit. I got 450 points. Let's burn these on these pro packs. Why not? Don't really care about 450 points. That's kind of useless, so let's get into it. Cowboys offense got a Vernon Davis. Wow, I don't think I've ever pulled him before, to be completely honest, but I guess I'll take that. You know, not really too great, but can't complain. Let's get to it. 2 more pro packs and maybe a couple extra on top of that. We'll see what we can snag right here. Got a Brian Folkerts, probably messed that dude's name up. Brian Nassib, of course. Cowboys Giants tomorrow night, Sunday Night Football. Can't wait. Let me know what your guys' your opinion on that game is. I'm very excited to see if the Cowboys can make it 12 straight and kind of redeem themselves against the Giants, who are their only loss on the season. Got a Stacey McGee, Kadeem Edwards. Where are the elites at? Where is Lawrence Taylor? Not here. Kobe Fleener. And that will do it for that pro pack. Let's get like 2 pro packs. So I'm going to note real quick that even though the LT bundle or the Ladainian Tomlinson bundle is not in the game yet, I believe that card is still in packs. Yeah, of course it is, because we saw it on the auction house. So something to be aware of. Don't be afraid to pull packs right now if you want to. You know, they're both in packs. It's just the only bundle in the game right now for the guaranteed legend is the Lawrence Taylor and not the Ladainian Tomlinson. So final pro pack here. What are we going to get? Can we finally get an LT pull, an elite LT pull? Even if it was just one of the players in the set, I would take that for sure. Got a Bo Sandlin, kind of an interesting name. Doug Peterson, add contracts, Mutt Tip, and a Kamel Ishmael. So that will do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below and let me know what you think of those bundles. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? And what do you think if they do this in the future? Are you going to be happy with it? So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.